Hey again, everybody. Just another quick audio blog. I wanted to talk a little bit about the alpha male myth. Been hearing a lot about it by guys in my Toastmasters group, um, girls around town. You kind of hear about it in books and on dating sites, and they talk about, women want the alpha male when looking to date them or be around them and all those different types of things. And I think people have this sort of archaic concept of what an alpha male is. It seems like people sort of think it's a big 7 foot tall guy with a neck tattoo, or that sort of archaic thought that it's a caveman that goes and hunts things and kills it and just to impress a lady. And you know, guys sort of have this myth of what it's supposed to be, and I think to some degree females do too. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because I've had some experience around this in terms of perception of how I've seen myself in the past, how I see myself now, and how I most likely will see myself in the future. I've been getting really, really comfortable with who I am as a person, and I've been very open and honest in everyone that I meet, whether it be female or male. And I've had a lot of fear around running my own business and the unknown of the future, and dealing with those fears and getting up every day and facing them, and almost feeling bad about having the fears and all those different types of things. And then I realized that it's not necessarily that I'm supposed to go through life and pretend to be this invincible man that can just take a bullet for anybody and walk through fire without getting burned, kind of thing. And I realized that it's more about taking ownership of who you are and the person that you want to be. So if you've got speaking of the guys out there, if you've got a lady in your life that you want to impress, there's nothing more impressive to her than being genuine, being real, um, and being concerned about her well-being, not to the point where you're overly cautious and you're asking all these questions and just checking in on too much and sort of catering to every whim. But you also don't want to be in a position where you're getting walked on and she's running everything that you do in your life and just being dominant and tell you what to do, and you never get a say and you never get to be individual. Because I think in relationship with an intimate partner, friends, family members, you sometimes can allow yourself to lose identity, and you can allow yourself to become sort of complacent, and you merge with the other individual instead of staying an individual for yourself and moving together and moving forward. And the only way you're able to do that is open and honest communication. And if you're not willing to have open and honest communication with people in your life that you trust, then look inside yourself and look at why you're not willing to open up like that. And especially if you're in an intimate relationship with somebody, or even the start of an intimate relationship, you've got to look at why you're not willing to open up. Yeah, you don't want to tell them everything. They don't need to know all your secrets. You got to have something for yourself. Lots of people that do share tend to overshare, and I'm not talking about that. I'm simply talking about finding a good balance between not having people meet your representative when they first meet you. They want to meet the genuine person. That's how you build relationships. That's how you build connections, and that's how you build long-lasting partnerships through life with friends, family, and hopefully for the males in the dating circles, and for females, look for that. Look for men that are able to communicate, and not that they wear their heart on their sleeve and have this sort of outpour of emotion all the time, but make sure they're able to express the feelings that they have, and they're able to communicate how they feel in a way that you can understand them. Because everybody's different. So even if two people communicate really well, it might not be the same level that they want to communicate on in order to be successful. If you're looking for a good book on relationships that I think is a really good thing to think about in terms of everything, is it's a book by Dr. Gary Chapman called The Five Love Languages. And it talks about just being in situation where people make you feel loved by by speaking your love language, essentially. I won't give you too much more detail on that book. You can Google it and take a look and see if you want to read it yourself. But just wanted to talk a little bit more about relationship and the importance of being genuine and open. And and that's how you build relationships, especially in terms of people that have this myth of what an alpha male looks like. An alpha male is not somebody that's just bulletproof. They're somebody that's confident and centered in who they are and willing to admit their weaknesses and always show the fact that they're still working on them. In my personal opinion. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join my email list for the website, rollingmotivation.com. Facebook, you can find me /rollingmotivation. YouTube, you can find me /rollingmotivation. And Twitter @rmotivation. And if you want to email me about any keynote speaking gigs, workshops, or any of the information you found on the site, want to discuss it, by all means, Steve @rollingmotivation.com. Thanks so much for stopping by.